Yeah, hi all. Today we are going to see the integration of Terraform and Ansible. So in most of the companies, they will use both Terraform and Ansible. The use case would be using Terraform. They will create the infrastructures such as resources, right? So once the resource got created, they will call the Ansible to configure the resource. For example, if they create the EC2 machine using Terraform, for installing applications onto the EC2 machine or hardening the OS, for those kind of stuff, they will use Ansible. Okay, so let's see the simple architecture. So we have the few Terraform files. So when we execute the Terraform command, it will use cloud provider to create the resources on the target platform. So in this example, we are going to create the EC2 machine. Okay, once EC2 machine gets created, the Terraform will call the Ansible. Okay, it will connect the Ansible server and it will create the inventory dynamically. So in the inventory, it will fetch the information. It will fetch the public IP or public DNS of this EC2 machine, and then it will write into the inventory file. Okay, that will be used by the Ansible. Okay, once that is done, we have some playbooks. So Ansible will execute the playbooks to install some application on the EC2 machine. Okay, it can be the application or it's based on your playbooks, right? So if you have some configurations, if you have some hardening things, then that will be applied to the EC2 machine. Okay, so let's jump to the practical and see how it works. Okay, so we have the Ansible server readily available. So here, this is the session, this is the EC2 machine of Ansible server. So let's see the version of Ansible. Yeah, we have Ansible 2.9.23. Okay, so here we have a few files. So one is Ansible configuration file and the private key, and then one playbook. Okay, so let's see what is there in the Ansible configuration file. So here in the default section, we have mentioned the inventory, the path of inventory file, where the server informations are available, right, to connect and execute the soft playbooks. Okay, and then we have mentioned the credential part. So which private key should be used to connect the remote machines and using EC2 user account. Okay, and the privilege section, we have mentioned all the privilege informations. Okay, and we have two more files. Yeah, the another one is the private key. As we mentioned, the private key, this key will be used to connect the remote machines to execute the playbooks. And then we have one playbook called install httpd. Okay, so this playbook as the task to install Apache HTTP and then to start the Apache service. Okay, so let's jump into the Terraform and see it. Okay, so in the Terraform we have two blocks, Terraform block and then provider block. In previous section we have already in detail we have seen what is Terraform block and what is provider block and what it is used, right? So here we have used Terraform block to mention what is the cloud provider, and in the provider block we have mentioned how it can be authenticated and in which region the resource should get created. Okay, instead of TF we have a resource block to create the AWS instance. Okay, so in previous session we have already discussed about what is resource block and why a resource block needs two labels, right, and what are these arguments. Everything we have clearly discussed and logically, right? So so using this resource block, it will create the EC2 machine, right? It will create the EC2 machine, and after creating the EC2 machine, Terraform has to connect the Ansible server, right? For that we have used a null. In the inside of the null resource block we have used provisioners. So as we know, the provisioners, we have remote execute and local execute and file provisioners. So here we have used a remote execute provisioner to connect the Ansible servers, because Ansible servers is in remotely. Okay, in remote. Okay, so we have to mention the remote server IP address. So to check this out, see here. Yeah, this is the Ansible server IP, right? 13.127.194.160, right? So that's what we have mentioned here. right? Yeah. So first we are connecting the Ansible server using this private key, and we are executing this specific command to create the inventory file dynamically. So here we are just fetching the public DNS of newly created machine. This is the new machine, right? So we are just getting that public DNS and creating the dynamically the inventory file. Okay, so this is what is happening. So if we see here this dynamic inventory, right? So we are getting this public DNS and writing into this inventory file. That is what this step. Okay, the second step, we have a playbooks, right? We have a playbooks, we have to execute that. For that, again we are connecting the remote machine, that is the Ansible server, and we are executing sudo ansible playbook install httpd.yaml file. Okay, so when we are executing this command, the Ansible will execute the playbook against these servers, so that what will happen, that httpd apache httpd will be installed on this specific EC2 machine. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to install it. So these output block is these two output block is for printing the IP address and then public DNS, nothing else. Okay, let's go ahead and execute. Okay, now we are executing, and if you see, we have only one server, right? We have only one server. Now one more server will get created here, and then once it's get created, it will pass the yeah, the Terraform will call the Ansible, and Ansible will take over the control. Let's wait and watch that. Yeah, now it started the VM creation. Let's refresh and see it. Yeah, the client machine is getting created now. Yeah, so let's wait to complete this creation. Yeah, so yeah, it got created and it is trying to connect the target machine, and we got some error. Yeah, it seems there is some extra character. Let's see. Okay, here we have some extra character. It should not be there. Okay, I think I put okay, let correct. Okay, I corrected it. So let me execute again. Yeah, it is now trying to connect the remote machine, that is the Ansible server, and then it is executing the Ansible playbook. Here you can see the log, right? So here it is executing the playbook to install the Apache HTTP server here. Okay, now it is getting installed. Let's wait and watch. Also, meanwhile, if you check in the Ansible server, you can see the inventory file, it got created, right? If you see this one, yeah, this is the public DNS name of this newly created machine. Okay, this is the inventory, it got added dynamically. Okay, now everything got completed, it installed, and then service has been restarted. Now let's check it out. Okay, so what is the IP address of this machine? Let's check this out. Or public IP address, whatever it is, public IP, and then just browse it. Yeah, now we got it, right? So this is a test page of the Apache. So it means the Apache is installed successfully on the newly created machine, right? So this is how we can integrate Ansible with the Terraform, right? Thank you so much.